Alright, so this is day 2 with adding integers, positive and negative whole numbers. So I showed you how you can use the algebra tiles yesterday. So today we're going to show you using a number line. So if you have a number line, you go positive 4. Then we need to add 4 negatives, so you go the other way. And you notice we end up at 0. So positive 4 and plus negative 4 is 0. Those are opposites. So example B, start at negative 1. And then we need to add 3 more negatives. And we end up at negative 4. So again, negative 1 plus negative 3 would give you a negative 4. If you use the rules from yesterday, if they have the same sign, you add and keep the sign. Negative 2 plus 6 on a number line, negative 2. Then you add 6 positives, and you end up at a positive 4. Since they had different signs, you could also just subtract them. You get 4, and there's more positives, so it's a positive 4. Negative 4 plus negative 2, they are both the same sign, so you add and keep the sign. So you get a negative 6. You can check it with the counters like we did yesterday. 4 negatives and 2 more negatives is 6 negatives. So a bunch of ways to do it. You choose which way you want to do it. As long as you keep getting the correct answers, you're fine. So 5 plus negative 10, different signs, so you're going to subtract. You get 5, and there's more negatives, so it's a negative 5. The next one also has different signs, so you're going to subtract, and there's more positives. So you'll end up with positive 4. Alright, what's negative 12 plus 12? Okay, they have different signs, so you subtract. Since they are opposites, you get 0. Alright, now let's go to a word problem. So here's your transactions from your bank. Withdrawal means you take it out, so that's a negative. Deposits are what you put money in, and withdrawal again, you take it out. So those are 4 transactions in your account balance. So we want to find out what it is. So this kind of shows you you're given the amounts of 2 withdrawals and 2 deposits. You're asked to find out how much the balance is in the account changed. So one thing you can notice is, hey, you got a positive 50 and a negative 50. Those are opposites, so we want to get rid of those. So what they did was they said, here's the problem. Go ahead and use the commutative property of addition and move those around. So the 75 and the 50 switch places. Now you got these two together. So if you use the associative property, you can do that first. That gives us 0. Now you have a negative 40 and a positive 75. Since they are different signs, you subtract. And you have more positives, so you end up with a positive 35. So your increased balance is $35, which would be good, so you can go out and buy me some. Alright, now here's just another method you could have used. You could have done the very first two, negative 40 plus 50, that's 10. You could have done 75 plus negative 50, that's 25, and then added the 2. So there's a bunch of different ways to do it. Alright, tell how a commutative and associative property of addition can help you find the sum using mental math, but then find the sum. So what I would do is I'd try to get this 7 and negative 7 together. So you can switch places with these. That would be the commutative property. So I switch places. Now 7 and negative 7, that's 0. And then 0 plus negative 12 is negative 12. And there's other ways you could have done it also. All right, describe the location of the sum relative to p on a number line. So we have p plus negative 10. So here's negative 10 right here. So where would your answer be on the number line according to the p? Well, what if p is a positive number? If p is a positive number, all of your answers are going to be to the right of the negative 10. If you have any negatives for p, it's going to be to the left. So if p is positive, it's going to be to the right. If p is negative, it will be to the left. All right, these lines, if you remember, those are absolute value symbols. So we're going to plug these numbers in for A, B, and C into the problem. So we have 4 plus negative 5 plus negative 8. That's what A, B, and C are. Now, I just went left to right. So I did 4 plus negative 5 is negative 1. And then negative 1 plus negative 8 is negative 9. Then I have to do the absolute value, and I end up with 9. Other ways you could do it, you could add the two negatives and then subtract 4. You would still end up with 9. Alrighty. Last one. Use mental math to solve the equation. So what plus 12 would give you 2? So what are you going to have to add to 12 to get a smaller number? Hopefully you figure you have to add a negative. So negative what plus 12 would give you 2? So hopefully you figured it was negative 10. So negative 10 plus 12 would give you a positive 2. Alright, so make sure you log into your big ideas and do your homework.